Greetings, citizens of the internet. I'm Static Buzz, and I'm going to start a new series here with Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is the Shadowbringer DLC expansion stuff, the new hotness. I'm going to start a new character, and I'm going to go over like the basics in the first video of what you'll need to know if you're new to Final Fantasy. After that, it's just going to be the misadventures of Bunny Buzz, because I'm starting a bunny and we're just going to try to have fun with her in game and harass people as much as possible. I've already created the look for the character. They really outdid themselves on the bunnies. So we're going to go ahead and use this. We could change the background. It doesn't really matter much, but that looks more suitable for a bunny out in the woods. I'm going to confirm. No, because it already is saved. That's where I got it. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Today is the 9th, so we will use that as the date. I always use the month and the day for that we're in for their birth date. I don't know why. It's just something I do. These are your deities that you basically pick. They really don't matter much, so just pick one that you like the sound of or that suits your character and go with that. I will say, in the character creation section, take your time. You're going to be looking at this character for a long time. In Final Fantasy XIV Online, you can do everything with one character. You don't need multiple characters unless you're trying to just hide or play with other friends or whatever, you know, if you have a reason. So it doesn't really matter if you have multiple characters or not. You could do everything on one character. Alright, so now that being said, this is the class selection. Now this is important for the first 15 levels, because if you see on the bottom left there, it says Uda. If I picked a gladiator, I would be in Uda area until level 15 at a minimum, where I could do the main story quest and then eventually go to the other two areas. The other two areas are Limsa Lominsa and Gridania. So gladiator is a tank, basically sword and board type character. A pugilist is like a monk. They have basically brass knuckles that they use. A marauder is a tank that uses a big axe with no, well, you can see right there. So you can see here, this has got a sword. There is no shield, but it does come with a shield. You can see the brass knuckles there, the big axe. The lancer is a DPS, a melee DPS that uses a big spear. Archer, just what it sounds like. It is a bow user that turns into a bard. Really good for helping parties out. Conjurer is turns into a healer class. Thaumaturgy, I'm not saying that right. This is basically your mage class that you blow stuff up with, and your arcanist is your summoner class. You have a pet that goes along with you, even though they removed the tank one, which kind of ticks me off. It is still a viable, very good end game class to play as a summoner. Now, you start off with a class and you move to a job. And jobs, so like the Lancer will, well, I don't know what the Lancer turns into, but the Gladiator turns into a Paladin, and the Paladin goes all the way to endgame. And that happens at level 30. The Pugilist turns into a monk, and it goes all the way to endgame, and that change happens at 30. Most of these, if not all of these changes, like I said, the Archer turns into a bard, and that's at 30. So they all change at level 30. At level 10, though, if you're not liking whatever class you start with, don't fret. You can switch to any class at level 10. With one caveat. It has to be in your starting area until you get to level 15, and then you can go to all the starting areas and you can pick whatever class you want. But you have to do the main story quest to get there. So I know that that might be a little confusing for you, but we'll cover it all. Not a big deal. I like Gridania to start. So we're gonna go with the Lancer. Use that big old spear. We're gonna confirm. We're gonna select another world. Okay, so what's important here is, I guess we're gonna have to go Goblin because we can't pick the one that I wanted. Did it let me? Alright, let's go back to what's important here. See those stars next to the names? Those mean that those are preferred worlds. And as you can see over there, experience bonuses are currently being granted to all new players created in this world, up to level 70. I do not know how long that'll last. I guess once the world gets too populated, then you will not be able to do that anymore. So we're going to go ahead and select Goblin because that's the only one we can pick right now. And we're going to confirm. Oh, back. Go there. Alright, let's type in her name. The Misadventures of Bunny Buzz. Alright, and here we go. Begin a new game with this character. So we're going to have some cutscenes to start with. Just bear with me. I will take this as an opportunity to learn how to do timestamps so you can move ahead to the different sections if you're wondering about different parts of the basics of the game. I will, as I explain them, I will try to put timestamps on them as best I can. I haven't done that before, so we'll just have to give her a whirl, you know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm not going to cut past any of the cutscenes here. We're just going to let it go. It's kind of funny. This is still a preferred world, but it's got 27 people in the queue. Everything's so busy right now because of Shadowbringers coming out. Everybody's jumping in and playing, trying the new races and classes and just checking everything out because it's, like I said, it's the hotness right now. Everybody's like talking about this in the MMO space because it's got the new expansion. It's new. It's getting good reviews from what I've seen, and for myself, I will say that I really enjoy it. Now loading. Come on. Come on, Moogle. Load faster. This scene here, it doesn't seem like it's a lot, and it seems really confusing, but as you go through the main story quest, you understand it more. So try to pay attention for the first time you're going through at least, and just enjoy the main story quest. Don't rush it.
Here.
One of the best parts of this game is the main story quest. I didn't realize she had earrings in her ears.
Here.
Didn't do that on purpose.
Feel.
Looks good though. We'll leave it. Alright, now we're going to be heading to Gridania. Y'all right, lass? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets beside. That'll be Aether, the Aether, I reckon. Some are more prone to the sickness than others. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. It's the Muggles. I'm getting texts like crazy right now. Feeling better, Kupo? Ah, you can see us. I had a feeling you could, Kupo. We're Muggles and we live in this wood. Normal folks can't see us or hear us, which makes you special, Kupo. And seeing as how you're special, maybe you could tell us something. The wood's been restless of late. Lots of strange things happening. Have you chanced to witness anything suspicious, Kupo? Nope. Just got here. Don't drink the man's wine. And he doesn't even notice that the bottle's floating. But of course you haven't. You're only just arrived. Well, there's nothing for it then. We'll just have to keep looking. Nice to meet you, Kupo. And they're off. Huh? What? Where'd he go? Could have swore there was more. Redania's still a fair way off. In case you were wondering, seeing as you're awake, how about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Bremont's the name and peddling's my trade. As for your good self, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you were one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it! Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. It ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Oh, we're gonna go with a massive fortune. All about that money. Give me the cheddar. People even say that anymore? Cheddar? I don't think they do. Fortune, eh? Well, it's a dream we've all had at one time or another. Once you've learned to handle yourself in a fight, you'll want to pay a visit to whichever crafting or gathering guild tickles your fancy. Redania's renowned for its leatherworking and carpenters, not to mention its botanists. Adventuring ain't just about killing things after all. Peaceful pastime may well help you make your fortune. Maybe. Just remember though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Uh-oh. What's up? Halt! Go no further! What's this then? Ah! What's going on now? A skirmish is broken out up ahead with Ixel. For your own safety, you must remain here until... Bloody heck! We shall hold them off. Here, try to break clear. I mean, I can't talk. Doing my best. Doing my best. I promise. My best. Maybe it's not my best, but I'm trying hard. That was too bleeding close. Nice of Yixel to send us a welcoming party, though. Eh? Joking aside, this won't be the last time you meet those feathered fiends. So just you take care, alright? By the by, is this your first trip to Gridania? No. He'll give us a big speech if we say yes, and I don't really care for one. Thought not. But I'll wager there's some changes since your last visit. Allow a journey itinerant to teach you a few new things about your destination. The city of Gridania lies slap bang in the middle of the Black Shroud, the biggest, luscious forest in all of Eorzea. Though it ain't near as lush as it used to be, saying that. Not since the calamity laid half of it to waste. The destruction prompted a herd of new nasties to move in, and gave the Yixel unneeded encouragement. Birdman raids have become a daily occurrence. Oh, at long last. Behold, Gridania, the forest nation blessed by the elementals.
The Black Shroud, the ancient forest, close to the heart of Eorzea. Beneath the boughs of its towering trees lies the woodland city-state of Gridania. Once a sanctuary from the world beyond the hedge, even the mighty elementals, eternal guardians of the forest, could not forestall the coming of the seventh umbral era. However, the goddess Nofika was never one to forsake her children, and today she welcomes another brave soul. One who may yet play a telling role in the tale of this great realm.
Ah, here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the market to deliver me wares, then it's back to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for keeping me company. I don't know what the heck he gives her. Does it say? I don't think it does. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of story personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the matron take her to her bosom, that she may never want. And in her heart, sow serenity, purity, and sanctity.
Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know why they make the I like it's splitting the X and the V. I guess just to be artistic. It's Roman numerals though. Don't need to do that. Alright, here we go. So down you here we go. They definitely did not shortchange the Viera with the bodaciousness. Not at all. You there! Yes, you! Your face is not known to me. Newly come to the city, no doubt. I am fourteenth, a wood whaler of Gridania. It is my duty to protect our nation from her enemies while welcoming those who may yet prove their friends. Let us see what you are. Alright, so here we are in Gridania. And we're kind of in our own little instance right now. That's why you don't see anybody running around, because believe me, this place is popping. Once we get past the initial section here, the first quest, I guess, then it'll open up and bring us into the world of Gridania and Eorzea and all that stuff. So do not fret, you are not alone. Welcome to Gridania, vibrant forest nation cradled in the bosom of nature. Please select the control scheme you want. Gamepad. So much easier. I am playing on PC, but yeah. Alright. Follow the instructions to move your character and adjust. Blah, blah, blah. We know what we're doing here. Alright, new. Alright, so this quest icon here is for normal quests, side quests. You do them for experience and items. They're not necessary to progress the story, but if you want to use them to, like I said, get experience and items, do it. Alright, so just walk up to them, click them, you will get the quest to pop up, and you just hit accept. Coming to Gridania. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Gridania, you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Or talk to this guy, and then he'll direct you. Another green adventurer, I presume? I thought as much. We cannot allow strangers to wander Gridania unchecked and untested. Before you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen for work, I suggest you make yourself known at the Carline Canopy. That's the headquarters of the local adventurer guild, if you didn't know, in case you were wondering. The Carline Canopy is the building you see behind me. Speak to Mother Mione within, and she will take you in hand. I don't know why I'm talking like that for this guy. Just seemed like one of those types to be like at the gate like that. Be like, he's at the gate thinking he's high and mighty, but he's really just somebody that got stuck there because he's not good at anything else. You have begun a quest. Use the duty list to help you complete your task. And your duty list is over here. This is the duty list menu part. It's got all of them listed here. Your journal will be here. If you click this and then go to map, it'll show you where it is. You are this icon. If I get over it. Right there, the blue compass looking thing. This is where you need to get to. So let's go ahead and do it. I don't know where it's at. You can't sprint right now. But I wish I could. They want to make you run slow. Alright, one thing I'm going to do definitely is go here and expand this to be a little bigger. There we go. And into Carline, whatever canopy. Alright, and as you can see, that with the check mark is where you turn in the quest. When it's a normal standard quest. Oh geez, it's a woman's voice. I struggle at those. Well, what have we here? A wide-eyed and wondering young adventurer. Come to put your name down at the guild, I assume? Welcome. Mione's my name, and Mother Mione, as most call me, and the Carline Canopy is my place. As the head of the Adventurers Guild in Gridania, I have the honor of providing guidance to fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. No matter your ambitions, the Guild is here to help you attain them. In return, we expect you to fulfill your duty as an adventurer by assisting the people of Gridania. A fine deal, wouldn't you agree? To an outsider's eye, All may seem well with our nation, but naught could be further from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. The Ixal and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble. Trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of the Garlean Empire to the north, and that is to say nothing of the calamity. Even now, the wounds have barely begun to heal. Ah, but I speak of it as if you were there. Forgive me. 5 years past, Eorzea was well nigh laid to waste when a dread worm emerged from within the lesser moon, Dalamud, mud, and rained fire upon the realm. It is this which the people call the calamity. Scarcely a square mile of the 12 woods was spared the devastation. Yet despite the forest's extensive wounds, not a soul among us can recall precisely how it all happened. I am aware of how improbable that must sound to an outsider. It is improbable, but it's also true. For reasons we can ill explain, the facts surrounding the calamity are shrouded in mysteries. There are as many versions of the event as there are people willing to recount them. Yet amidst the hazy recollection of conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing, that Eorzea was saved from certain doom by a band of valiant adventurers. Whatever else we've misremembered, none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for sake of the realm. And yet, whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. And whenever we try to call their faces to mind, we see naught but silhouettes amidst the blinding glare. Thus have these adventures come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Pray do not feel daunted by deeds of legends. We do not ask that you become another Warrior of Night, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Gridania. Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust you will play your part. All that's left then is to conclude the business of registration. Here's a quill. Scrawl your name right there. Oh, and I would appreciate it if you used your real name. There's a special place in the 7th hell for those who use amusing aliases. Bunny Buzz, Are you quite sure this isn't an amusing alias? Very well, from this moment forward, you are a registered adventurer of Gridania, nation blessed of the elementals and the bounty of the 12 Woods. The guild expects great things from you. Look at what just arrived, another dang adventurer. Don't you start with that. Adventurers are the very salve that Gridania needs. The elder Seedsayer herself bade us welcome them with open arms. Do you mean to disregard her will? Of course not. Lest you forget, it's my sworn duty to uphold the peace. Am I to blame if outsiders bring mistrust upon themselves? You, adventurer! Mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of this realm and into the 7th hell. Pay that outburst no mind. He meant only to counsel you. Suspicious characters have been prowling around the 12 Woods of late. You see, and the Wood Whalers feel they cannot afford to take any chances. As it is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Gridanians are wont to mistrust things they do not well know, your good self included. Fear not, however, given a catalog of exemplary deeds in no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely warm to you a handful of years. On behalf of the fellow citizens, I welcome you to Gridania. May you come to consider our nation as your own in time. Now then, you may depend on old Mother Mione to teach you a few things that every adventurer should know. And we have completed our first quest, I think? Complete! Yes! First quest! Damn! This concludes the introductory game tutorial. You have taken your first steps as an adventurer in the city of Gridania. Listen well to the wisdom of Mother Mione, then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. Alright, so main scenario quest. As you can see above her head is a circle with flames around it. That represents the main scenario quest or main story quest, however you want to word it. And most people just call it MSQ, usually in capitals. And if you see that, you know they're referring to the main story quest in whatever way they're referring to it. Alright, so let's talk to Mother Mione again and start our main scenario quest. Close to home, Mione, proprietress of the Carline Canopy, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventure. Here we go. Let us begin at the beginning, shall we? Now that you are a formal member of the Adventurers Guild, we must be sure you have a firm grasp of the fundamentals of adventuring. To that end, I have 3 tasks I wish you to perform. Your first task is to visit the Aetheryte. This massive crystal stands in the middle of the Aetheryte Plaza, not far from the Carline Canopy. As a device that enables instantaneous transportation, the Aetheryte plays a key role in the life of every wandering adventurer. Once you have located the crystal, all you need to do is touch its surface. A member of the Wood Whalers will be present to offer further instructions. For your second task, you are to visit the Lancers Guild. There's no better place to learn the arts of the polearm. Speak with Jillian and she will explain the benefits of joining the guild. For your third and final task, I would have you visit the market at the heart of Old Gridania's commercial district. There you shall find weapons and armor and all various items that an adventurer might need on her travels. There is, however, more to the market than buying and selling goods. Speak with Parsimon-Tret and listen well to his counsel. The master merchant can be uncooperative at times, so be sure to offer him one of my famous eel pies. Like so many men, he is much more charitable when his stomach is full. Here, I made a batch not long ago. You have your task, Bunny. May Nofika guide your path. And one more thing. Should you happen to come across any citizens in need, don't be afraid to proffer a helping hand. I am certain they will be pleased to meet an adventurer in whom they can confide their woes. Granted, the work they offer is unlikely to be of realm-shattering importance, but prove your worth and build a reputation, and in time, folk will be more inclined to entrust you with matters of moment. I also suggest that you lend an ear to the smith here in the canopy. The smiths are trusted representatives of the Adventure Guild and are an invaluable source of advice for neophytes, heroes seeking to attain greatness. I'm not sure what the Smiths do because they weren't here when I played before, and I haven't really dove into them since I've been back. Alright, quest accepted. Let's get rid of all these tooltips going on here. I wonder if the Smith is the way to get to the Novice Network. Let's see here. Greetings, I am of the Smiths, a stoker of fire, a and Forger of Futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. I see you have but recently taken up the Adventurers mantle. The possibility stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, we see new adventurers as fledgling heroes. You are our champion of tomorrow, our nascent star of limitless potential. My fellow Smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the Guild also enlists a cadre of veteran adventurers who will be happy to share with you their accumulated wisdom. You can recognize these helpful men and women by their title of mentor. Mentors stand ready to advise you on any aspect of adventuring. They have hundreds of quests under their belt and will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you trouble. A mentor may offer to accompany you on an adventure. I highly recommend that you take advantage of a mentor's aid to enrich your experience in Eorzea. Pray do not hesitate to ask me if you would like to know more. New adventurer status is applied to all players who have recently begun their adventures in Eorzea. That little sprout-looking, plant-looking thing next to my name is what they're talking about. Among Eorzea's thriving population, there are seasoned players known as mentors who have taken upon themselves to assist new adventurers. When a new adventurer and mentor from a party, they both receive a bonus to experience earned. Upon an invitation by a mentor, the new adventurer also gains access to the Novice Network, an exclusive chat channel where they can consult with mentors and share their experience with other beginning players. Alright, so what he's talking about, and let me first go in and fix my settings over there on my chat. So we want to go to character configuration, I believe. This, no, here, no, this one, yep. So you want to go to log details, and here's where you change the font size. We're gonna go with something kind of big, so hopefully you guys can see. I like adding timestamps. No, 20. I don't need timestamps on battle, just the chat, so I know when I missed something, if I missed something. And there is no log number 4, but when there is, I will make one later. We'll call it that. Alright, that's good. We're gonna... You have to apply for the changes to take effect, and there we go. Alright, so for the Novice Network, if you're new to the game and you want to have a chat channel that you can ask your questions in because you're a new player, I would recommend you go down to your chat down here, go shout, would a mentor be so kind and invite me to the Novice Network. I was thinking newbie. Novice Network. So I'm going to say, what? You didn't like my shout? Let's try that again. There we go. I must not have liked the capital S and shout. So it shouldn't take too long and I should have an invite. There we go, just like that. I'm in the Novice Network. When I hit join, and then usually I will go shout and thank you, just to let them know that I got it. Now you see the green text, that's the Novice Network. You can see there it says Novice. If you want to go and you want to change which chat you're in, you go to this little bubble here and you can go free company, shout, yell, alliance, party, say, tell. You can set it up like that. You can also set these ones up on the bottom, battle events. You can add one by going to the plus over here and you can set it up however you want. You can also go down there and go to the chat log settings, which brings you back to this. Let's change this to be bigger because that might be why that area was small. And apply. No, it didn't change anything. I was thinking it was going to change the box that I was typing in, but it didn't. I'll have to see if there's a way of doing that later. I've never really done that. But you can go into this menu and you can edit each area to say whatever you want. Like if you wanted battle that also includes some experience notifications or free company is your guild. Events, you can do whatever you want. I usually, when I get into a free company or create a free company, I'll create a fourth one and call that FC, and it'll be just free company chat and party chat. But you get the idea. That's where you do that. Alright, so now if we go to journal and we go to our close to home and go to map, we have 3 different options here because we have 3 different tasks in our quest here, our main scenario quest. And other side quests and unlock quests have these type of things as well. So just so you know, if you want to do it in a specific order, you have to go here and look it up. Now we are here. The aetheryte is oh, that's where the aetheryte is. We are actually right here. Ding, 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 ding. This is where the Carline canopy is. So we're going to go out and go around and go to the aetheryte. We're going to actually sprint because now we can. And you see what I was saying? Now that we're out of that, you load it up and we're in Gridania with everybody else. And some of these areas can get really, really noisy with all the names. So what I like to do, I like to go back to the character configuration, go to the display name, go to others, go down to other PCs, which are player characters, and go when targeted. Then I go to NPCs because this is where the minions, which are those little pets that everybody has with them while they're running around, hit apply, they all disappear. So yeah, you see like that seahorse right there? That is a minion. I will get minions soon enough. That right there is a fairy that is associated with the Light Mage, which is a healer class. Anyway, on with the main story quest. This is the aetheryte. There's one of these big ones in each city. And you can pay money once you've unlocked it to go to that. I am gonna bypass this because I'm gonna explain everything. Return. So you can click on them, anyone that you go to, and you can make it your home. This star represents that this is my home point. So if I use this return spell right here, it would take me to this aetheryte. You can change it to be wherever you want. So if you're in an area that you're going to be spending a lot of time in, it might be in your best interest to make that your home point. Now, I want to go here because that leads to the market, but I also know that over here is an aetheryte crystal shard. I think they're called aetheryte shards that I want to attune to. Now these, in every city, they have these all over the city to help you get around. You need to attune to it first though. So then you can click it. Once I get out of the thing, you can, come on, you stop with the menus. And you can click it and it'll list the areas inside the city that you can go to. If that makes sense. Now I don't want to use that right now because we're going to the market and we don't need to go back to the main aetheryte crystal plaza. So we're just going to head over to the market for the second part of the main story quest. So it's always a good idea when you get to a new city to run around and grab all the aetheryte shards. Always a good idea. Never be bad idea. Alright, so here you see the market board. If you wanted to, you could come over here and you could buy weapons, armor, reagents, potions, that kind of stuff. Things for your house when you get a house. If they're still available, I don't even know. These are like crafting materials. We will get into all that later. The summoning bell is for your retainers. Definitely get into that later, because we don't have a retainer right now. You need to go through the main story quest to get them, and that is basically the banking system and also what you use to put things up on the market. Alright, here is our guy for our main story quest. By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsimon-Tret, master of the market? You think you can stroll in here bold as you please and demand my hard-earned knowledge? Ha! A merchant is not for naught, especially when dealing with those would-be heroes. If, on the other hand, you had some tasty morsel to curry me favor, then I might reconsider your request. Come now, this whole encounter reeks of Mione's handiwork, and more specifically her baking. Don't look surprised, lass. I smell that eel pie of yours a mile away. Hand it over. Alright, so this is the handing things over as quest will often need you to do. So there's two ways to do it. You can go over to your inventory and drag it over as of such with your mouse and put it in a spot, or you could click the A button, click the A button again. Don't really want to do that. Let's go past all this. I want to show you how the quickest way to do it. If you X button it, and it'll automatically go to the one. And that's very handy to do when you have multiple key items that you're sorting through. I don't know what that is on the... Let's see if I can figure out what it is on the keyboard and mouse. I'm going to try a right click on it. Yep, it's a right click. So on the controller, it's the X button on the Xbox controller. On the PC, it is the right button on the mouse. Alright, so we handed it over. That flaky crust, just divine. Very well. I'm a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. The aspiring adventurer need look no further than the rosewood and ebony stalls. Both are but a short stroll from where we stand. If you mean to do battle, you best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armor. Such goods are the province of the Rosewood Stalls, directly south of here. You will be pleased to learn that the merchants of Gridania are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear defective straps and the like. If it is potions and paraphernalia you seek, head north to the Ebony Stalls. The shelves there are lavishly stocked with the widely traveled Udon merchants, and I may truly say that I have seen things amongst their myriad wares that I scarce knew existed. Do you follow me thus far? The first step in any purchase is to select the stalls that meet your needs. Then you may concern yourself with the price of profit. There's little more I could teach you with mere words. Go peruse the stalls and see for yourself what wares they offer. There is no substitute for first-hand experience after all, and I am weary of talking. Unless you have another eel pie. No, I don't. I do not. Alright, so that's the second part of our main scenario quest. Now I'm going to come out here, because there's another Ethernet. I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong, but it's... I don't know why they named it different. Ethernet shard, because I guess it's a network. And we are actually going to take the long way around so that we can get this other shard over here. Maybe even grab that one and that one. And then we can also do the mailbox. The mailbox will also be good to go through, because then I can show you how to do minions, and I can show you how the inventory works. So right now I just don't have anything in my inventory to show. Alright, I also would suggest talking to these guys, and if they have any gear that they're offering up as a reward that is level 5, take that quest. because you're going to hit a stop gate in the main story quest where you got to have level 5 gear in your head, chest, hands, legs, feet. Don't think the waist matters. I think I got all of them too. I'm not sure. Alright, so this is a delivery movement. And as you can see on the top right, I have 16 mail items. The little mail symbol and the 16 next to it kind of gives that away. And I am not going to read all this text. I just want to get my mail. Alright. So, pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to add a lot of prompts. I'll go ahead and delete this one, but I won't delete the rest because I'm just going to take all... Stop it! Stop it with all the prompts! Alright. Hopefully I can just take all and go to the next. Wait for it to take all. I think it does that because it's loading things into your inventory, but I'm not 100% sure what the delay there is for. Maybe they had an issue where things were disappearing, so they added a delay to make sure it got in your inventory. I'm not quite sure. So, you do not have to delete these. They will expire after a certain amount of time. I'll delete them just to clean things up. But I won't do it here because it takes a while. As you can see, I'm getting all these things here. I'm not sure where I got this one from, but the other ones were from having, what do they call it? I forget what it's called. I'll look it up in a second. Basically, the longer you're a subscriber, then the more, whatever this is called, you get. Let's see here. Alright, let's go. Alright, so if we go here and then we... So you can also see that we have this star here. This is what I was talking about because this is a preferred realm. Alright, so let's go over this. Edit search material. This here, or search info, sorry, material. I don't know why I said material. Search info. This here is the symbol that appears next to your name when you're out and about. So you can go role playing if you're a role player, looking for mail material, which that is something we'll get way later. Looking for party, you're busy, online, whatever you want. I'm just going to leave new adventure because people seem to be more apt to help you out. And that is that. So now, if we go to our inventory and we start... Oh, we don't want to use those. These are something we got for coming over to this preferred realm. It's something you can use to buy things. I'm not exactly sure what you could buy and where to do that. I will make a video on that later once I figure it out. And I'm just going to go ahead and use all the items that I picked up out of my mailbox except for 3 of them. Some of these are minions, some of them are mounts. These are vouchers to be turned in at another spot. This is a black chocobo minion. This is Fantasia. What this is it's an item that you use to change your appearance, your race, and all that. You can change your sex, your race, everything. So if you wanted to go back into your character creation, you would use this. And basically what you do, you log in as a character, you'd use it, you would then, well, you take all your gear off. That's the first thing you do. Take all your gear off. You use it, and then you would exit the game, log out, and then you don't have to exit the game, you have to log out. And then when you went back to the screen for that character, and you would have the ability to modify them. Maybe one day I'll do a video on that. But now with this character, I like this character. That is the mount. Alright, so now since we did that, let's go over minions. So there's a minion guide here. And what you can do is if you have ones you like, you can add them to favorites. And then what you could do is there's this random button here. But then if you selected this, only select from my favorites, we can go ahead and put this down here. And what that'll do is it'll randomly pick one of your favorites. Since I only have two, it should just cycle back and forth on your menu. So if you wanted a variety, you could do that, or you could just go to the minions and pick the one you wanted, and that would be the one that appears. So however you wanted to do it, I'm gonna roll with the little bunny though. Alright, so let's go grab these other aetherytes. Oh wait, no, let's go over inventory. Now that we've done the minion, let's go over inventory. Alright, so basically you have two spots for inventory. You have your default inventory. This will be for all your crafting material, anything you pick up in a dungeon that's sellable, that kind of stuff. You can right click and sort so that you combine, it compresses it. You have different tabs. This is, we'll go into that later. This is your key items for quests. So you see you have a certain amount of those. You don't want to run out of space there. You shouldn't, because I think you'd run out of ability to pick up quests before then. Alright, so that is your main inventory for things you pick up in dungeons. But what you did not see there was I got a lot of clothing that is not shown here. And the reason why it's not shown here is you should go to armory chest. And in the armory chest, it'll show you everything you can put on for each slot. You can do an item comparison for what you have to what you put on. You can try it on. This one doesn't have an effect, so not a big deal. You can search for the item, which I don't really know what that does, but you can do it. You can return it to inventory, so if you don't want it in your armory chest, you can return it to the inventory. You can set it to a hotbar, and you can also sort here as well. But we're going to equip, and then from here we'll sort. The reason why I'm wearing that other one is because it gives me an experience bonus. Now, the other thing you can do is you can go to character, and you can see she kind of already has some stuff here. But if you wanted to, you could go to recommended gear, and it will change to that gear. Boom, just like that. And now I'm wearing all that gear. And I want to wear this because this gives me 20% experience, and this gives me 30% all the way up to level 70. This one only lasts to level 10. And I don't remember exactly what I got that with, but I think it was one of the expansions that I picked up or something. Or the version that I got. Alright, still getting a lot of tags. Alright, I already got this one right. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Alright, so now let's head to other ones that are over here. Oh, wrong way. Oh, don't go that way. Well, I usually keep the map open like this. It's easy to get lost. As soon as you move the right stick, though, it moves it. So this one's way in the back. But it is a very good idea to grab it. Always, always, always. Alright, we are tuning. I want to see if this guy has a quest that gives us an item. I don't think he does. I think I know the location of all those ones. But just to be sure. Yeah, it's just a experience quest. I like to save the experience quest for other classes that I start up. And like I said, at level 10, you can switch to anything that's in Gridania. At level 15, you can travel the world and pick anyone you want. Alright, you know, I should have, I'm already past it though, and I already used my sprint. I should have used that one to go back to the Lancer, or the Amphitheater. Alright, where are these other ones? There was that one. We'll grab that later. We'll go to the Lancer Guild at this point. Yeah, I can't use it. See, if I had it, I could just go to the amphitheater down here. This is a lot closer. And get there in a split second. That's why you unlock them, so you can save time later. I know it's tedious. It's probably not the most exciting thing right here, but trust me, in the long run, it is worth it. We're just running down the street. Is this even a street? I don't know. Gridania is kind of weird because it's kind of like built into a mountain. Not the right way. Almost there. Almost there. Tuning. Down here, there's a ferry skipper, and he will take you to the next area out, which we haven't discovered yet, so I don't know if it'll show us. It's not the beginning area, it's more like level 10-ish. Anyways, here we are. We're in the Lancers Guild. And since this is a main story quest, we can't join the Lancer Guild quite yet. So let's get through this. Welcome to the Lancers Guild. I see you brought your own spear. If you seek to refine your skills with the polearm, then you've come to the right place. Here's the Lancers Guild spear wielder gathered to train with one another and further hone their abilities under the tutelage of our fine instructors. I don't know why I'm talking like that. This is a girl, but I don't know. I don't have too many girl voices. More than just an instrument of war, the spear is also a tool for hunting, and with games even plentiful in the 12 Wood, the weapon has been the mainstay of the locals here since founding of Gridania. With the passing of time, our nation becomes a gathering place for spear masters and across the realm. Many eager to test their mettle against the famed might of our wood whalers. And it was here in Gridania that their myriad fighting style came into contact, eventually giving rise to the art taught here today. Spear technique could be formalized at all. Oh, I'm just gonna read in my regular voice. At all owed much to the founding of the Lancer Guild by wood whaler Captain Misdali nigh on century past. A tradition of accepting students from without as well as within Gridania's borders persists to this day, ensuring that the art of the polearm may not only survive but also continue to evolve. Well, there you have it. I hope this brief history of the guild has helped settle any doubt in your mind. The Lancer Guild is always eager to welcome new initiates. You've a will to enlist? Speak with me again and we can begin the enrollment procedures. Alright, so we completed the main quest. We should go back and turn it in. But since we're here, we're going to go ahead and start the Lancer quest off because might as well. Alright, so let's talk here. Well then, have you made up your mind to enlist in the Lancers Guild? We have. Excellent, I shall let Guildmaster Ewain know to expect you. All who seek admittance to our ranks must present themselves before him. He will judge if you are fit to become one of us. Pray make your way to the training area within. Our Guildmaster awaits you there. Okay, how are you going to let him know that I'm coming if you're standing right there the whole time? You didn't go in there and tell him. Are you just making things up? Making things up. Alright, here he is. Wayne. Wayne. Well met, adventurer. I understand you wish to learn the Lancer's art under our roof. Though you have doubtlessly brandished the spear before this day, and perhaps even in earnest, you still have a long way to go before you may call yourself a Lancer in sooth. In my capacity as Guildmaster, I shall guide your training, beginning with the very basics, the principles of our art. There exist myriad fighting styles, each of which has its own unique qualities. None, however, can claim to be as offensively minded as ours. Our approach is ever one of attack, no matter who or what we face. An experienced Lancer is able to wield a polearm as if it were an extension of his body. He transforms into a raging storm before his foe, delivering a barrage of devastating thrush and flashes. To facilitate such a relentless assault, we Lancers forego plate, favoring armor of leather and chain. Such material are provided adequate protection without unduly hindering movement. A Lancer's worth may be measured quite simply in how swiftly and decisively he can pierce his enemy's defenses. By its nature, the polearm is a simple weapon to wield, for good or ill. Even in a farmer's hand, it is capable of wreaking considerable havoc. Thus has it been a mainstay of every great army since ancient times. Yet know that a lance alone does not a Lancer make. Faced with unfavorable odds, an unseasoned spearman will break formation and flee without a moment's hesitation. A true Lancer, however, flinches not before his enemies, for he knows not the meaning of fear. Ever does he press forward, disdainful of the odds, that he might pierce the enemy's line and open a path to victory. Needless to say, doing so requires no small amount of courage, and that is why our guild has striven from the first to instill this essential quality in every soul who passes through our halls. Arduous trials await you should you join our ranks. Knowing this, have you the resolve to wield the lance?
I do. Yes, sir.
Well said, adventurer. I see no reason to deny you a place within our ranks. Ah, but I neglected to introduce myself. I am Ewain, master of this guild. Pleasantries duly exchanged, I hereby assign you your first task. A trial, to be precise. In order to develop an affinity with your weapon and learn to gauge such things as distance, you are to go forth and brandish your spear with reckless abandon. The squirrels, ladybugs, and fungar that roam just outside the city should provide you with a suitable challenge. Put down, let's say 3 of each, and then report back to me.
Alrighty. Alrighty, man, we'll do it.
And talk to this guy, because this will give us... Remember I was telling you earlier, there will be a stop gate that if you don't have level 5 gear, you will need to either purchase it or get it. Make it whatever you need to do. And that's the main scenario quest. So that is in every area you start. Doesn't matter if it's Limsa Lominsa or Uda, they all have quests, or they all have a spot in the main scenario quest that stop you if you don't have level 5 gear in your head, chest, boots, legs, and hands. So just be aware. So if you see one like this, a quest like this, take it. And I'm not going to read every quest because there's no need. Alright, so that being said, don't believe there are any quests in this area that will give us... That one might. Alright, so let's... Before we head out of here, got the botanist, got that one, got that one. Alright, so we need to go down to the Conjurer's Guild and see if that quest will help us out. So we need to go to the amphitheater. Amphitheater. I know there's some other quests that will help us as well. So. Alright, so we go this way. Cross the bridge. Take the left. That one only gives experience, I'm pretty sure. Almost there. Almost there. Alright, we wanted to get this anyway, so we're tuning to this. And then we're going to go in and see if Conjurer Guild has a quest that'll give us an item. I think it gives us gloves? Got the boots. Okay, so speaking of that stopgate on the main scenario quest, you will need to buy level 5 pants. I have not found level 5 pants quest in any of the areas that I've been in. Yep, this gives us gloves. Nice. Alright, so we're not going to read this. We know we got it. So now we're going to head back to that Aetheryte Shard, head to Gridania's main plaza. And then go turn in the main story quest. And at that point, we should be able to get another quest for an item inside of the Adventurers Guild. Oh man, stop with trying to sell the gold, man. That ain't cool. That is just an experience quest there. Run, little cat, run! Alright, so let's turn in this, and then there should be some quest here. One of them should hopefully give us an item. The Conquering Hero returns. You have completed my task. Trust? The 3 locations you have visited will... Yeah, prominent. Yep. And you took the time to listen to the woes of the citizenry. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to lend your talents to one and all, no matter how trivial the matter may seem. I am thankful you are obliging sort. You are an obliging sort, Bunny. It is adventurers like you who will win the hearts of the locals and pave the way for those who follow. I pray Gridania can rely on your aid and its struggles to come. And then the next main story quest should be available at level 5. So red quest means you're not of the level that you need to be to get that quest yet. And in this case, it's level 4. I thought it was 5. But 4, nonetheless. Alright, and oh man, the quest isn't here yet. Come on, man. Oh, you know where we need to go? We need to go to the Archers Guild, because that's where we're going to get the quest for the headpiece. And there's a quest we have to do first before we get the quest for the headpiece. So let's go and do that before we head out. Archers Guild. Where's that bishop? Did you see that? What the heck is that? It's a princely hatchling. Okay, it's a chocobo with like a bishop hat on it. Anyways, this is the quest we need to do to be able to get the headpiece. And once we on this one, we could talk to this guy and he'll give us the quest for the headpiece. Alright, so now we have all these quests. Let's head outside. It might be we need level 2 to be able to get the quest inside the adventure. I don't remember. Either way, we'll get there. We will get there. Alright, so this is the and the whole area is the Black Shroud, but this is the Central Shroud, and this is where we will cover actions. Alright, so this down here is my first action. You can get to the action menu by going to Actions and Traits. So you can see here what this does is it delivers an attack with 210 potency. Potency is, the higher it is, the more damage you will do. And what affects that is the stats you have from your gear and the damage that your weapon does. Those things combined and the potency of the move will determine how much damage it does. I hope that makes sense. Now, you can see what you're going to get as we level up. And this is a combo. I'll go over those later. So pretty much what you would do is you either grab it and drag it, or you could put it in a slot like that. You also have roll ones, but those are not unlocked. You have general ones, which are like the sprint, the return, the duty actions, the limit breaker. All these things we'll go over later. You don't really need auto attack. It does that as soon as you start to attack. So as I get more actions, I will go over that more. So you see the Q over these, that means that I have a quest to take them out. So we're going to do just that. To perform the action, you just either click the button or click the number or controller button that represents that slot. So if I was on a keyboard, that would probably be slot, well, it might be slot 2 because I moved it. Might be slot 1, I don't know. You see I am leveling up pretty fast. That has to do with the experience items I have and also the preferred realm stuff going on. You would not level up this fast, trust me. One more level and we'll have that combo and I can show you how that works. So just about every move has a cooldown delay on it. Some are tied together, as you'll see when I get to level 4. That combo move cooldown is tied to this cooldown. And other ones are not tied to the cooldown. And they usually save much. It should also eventually be unlocking a hunter's log, which I don't know when that happens. But that is kind of important too. At least early on. Later in the game, not so much important. Okay, so now you see that I have that combo move up, and when I attack with my A button, the Vorpal Thrust has now got the perforated line circling around it. That means that it's a combo and I will do more damage with it. So if we go back to the action list and we go to actions, if you look at it, it says delivers an attack with 100 potency. Combo action, true thrust, it tells you what move it's a combo with. When you do it in a combo, it's 310. So it's almost not even worth doing outside of the combo because our default attack does 210 potency. But 310, definitely worth doing in a combo. Alright, let's go ahead and finish some of these up. Here we go. Okay, on our mini-map, you can kind of see the circle. I guess I should have covered that too. So if you go to the map, you will see circles of where your quests are. And I don't think I have any other ones in this area at least. So whatever you need for a quest will be in that area. Be it a destination, an item you got to interact with, or enemies you've got to take out. That is what that stuff is on the map. Should cover. So you can go and look at quest on the map. Here's another aetheryte crystal, a big one we haven't attuned to yet. These on the map are fates. Fates are events that happen in the world, and each one is different. Sometimes it's just kill a bunch of monsters until the timer's out, or not the timer's out, until you've killed enough and then it's over. Other ones are kill monsters or pick up items, return them to a person, and when you have enough, it'll end. Some of them are kill one big monster, and when it's dead, it's over. Or if you've done some stuff in there and the timer's still going and you're not there anymore, and it completes, it'll give you credit as well. Now, how much you do determines the type of rewards you get. There's a bronze, a silver, and a gold level. And each one will give you more gil, gold, and sometimes tickets. So you have to pay attention to that as you go. Alright, so we have completed our quest. Let's see if we have anything else out here. Nope, they're all complete. You can see they all have a check mark, so they're all complete. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the return, which will take us back to New Gridania, the big crystal. And then we can go and start turning in all these quests. Kind of interested in seeing. Yep, so it was a level thing. Once you get to the height of level, they show up down here. So we're going to go to the Archer Guild. Turn in that one. There is a lot to this game, and it can be quite daunting at times. Okay, why? Oh, because it's a delivery, not a kill one. Alright, so let me see where that one is. I did not look at that one. It's not essential oils, not that one. This one's got to be this one. Alright, so that's over in the merchant area, so we will go there after we've hit up the Lancers. So this level 5 gear, since we are not level 5, we will not be able to put it on, but that's fine. We will get there soon enough. Alright, so this is optional gear, so you get to pick what you want. We are in need of level 5 gear for, like I said, the main scenario quest. Sorry to harp on that. So we're going to pick that and hit complete. Some quests, however, allow you to get an item or a reward and an optional item, so you'll have to watch for those as well. Hopefully I run into one of those. I think the level 5 Lancer one is like that, but we'll get there. Alright, so the hunting log is now unlocked. We'll show you some of that. The level 5 Lancer quest is unlocked. I guess we might as well go through that. Ah, you returned! I take from your presence that you have gained a measure of familiarity with your weapon. Good, you are ready to begin the next phase of your training. You will recall my telling you that it takes no small amount of courage to be a Lancer. Now, in general terms, courage is the strength to do something which one finds unnerving. However, a Lancer's notion of courage is not so simple. Having first drawn a distinction between courage and recklessness, he then divides the former into two aspects. I would have you learn each with new spear in hand. The first is composure. When outnumbered in battle, a Lancer must choose his composure and succumb to panic. Oh wait, a Lancer may lose his composure and succumb to panic. Should this happen, all of his training will swiftly flee his mind, and he will struggle to overcome opponents who would ordinarily have bested with ease. He will, in short, contribute to his own defeat. If you wish to become a Lancer in sooth, you must learn to maintain your composure at all times. To do this, and you will be able to call call upon every ounce of strength and skill when it matters most, and so to your first task. Sorry, I've been reading a lot today. The riverbank of Central Shroud are home to the Vilekin known as Yarzons. Fiercely territorial, the creatures will attack anyone who strays too close, making them the bane of fisherfolk. And they typically fall upon their prey in mass, barring all avenue of escape before closing in for the kill. What must go through the minds of their victims in that instant? Panic? Despair? Be sure to tell me upon your return. Needless to say, I would have you brave such an encounter. Take this sack of decisively noisome bait and use it to lure the ever-ravenous creatures out of their nest. It may be that only one curious Yarzon appear, but what if 2 or 3 follow the scent? Let us see how you fare then. Go now, my young Lancer, and learn what it means to fight with composure. Alright, so now we have our level 5 Lancer quest. Now, job and class quests happen every 5 levels. Up until at least 60 or 70? Yeah, I'm not sure when they stop. I think maybe 70 goes to 80, and there's no 75, but I could be wrong. Alright, so now we need to go turn in and get our gloves. Glovity gloves. Glovity gloves. Oh. Oh. Not hitting the right button. Again, optional. Pick whichever one's good for your class. I'm a strength class, so we're going to go with that. And back to the shard we go. Gonna go to the market. Aethernet shard to leatherworker gear. That's the one by the market. Had to think about it for a second. Like, which one is by the market? Yeah, I don't remember. Alright, so Parnell is the one. Retainer voucher. This is where you come get your retainers when you earn them. Alright, complete. Done. Just want to make sure this guy doesn't offer. He doesn't. Okay. So now, let's go. Oh, that was a waste of a sprint. It's not gonna. Still got 12 seconds left when I hit the border. I guess I still got 6 seconds, so not too bad. We need to go to the Archer Guild. Did I not grab the quest over there that I needed to? Wait a minute. Was it the Archers Guild that gave that hat? Anyways, let's put on our new gear. The quick way to do it is just go to character, go to recommended. Boom. You got it on. You got it going on. Now I am not remembering where that headpiece is. We'll get there. Maybe not this episode, but we will definitely get there. Alright, so... No, not this dude. Come on, stop. I don't want to talk to him. That dude. And he gives us a chest piece, which we really don't need because we're going to get it from our Lancer one. But... we will take it so that we can... we got to go out that way anyways. Alright, we just got invited to a free company, which we're going to decline. Mainly because they didn't talk to me first. Ninja Yo-Yo? What? What? The heck is this Ninja Yo-Yo? The Renegade Storm, the Ninja. Why do they call themselves Ninja Yo-Yo? That is weird. But no. Decline, yes. We're declining. Alright, so let's, before we finish up here, let me show you the hunting log that we unlocked. Which is unfortunate that we couldn't unlock it while we're doing the quest before, because we could have double dipped on experience, but whatever. I guess maybe this way is better, because now we kill him and get the experience for killing him. Alright, so you see that little symbol that's above the ladybug? It's got that little swirly thing. That is the hunter log symbol, meaning you have to kill them for your hunter's log. And when you do it, you'll get 75 experience for killing 3 ladybug. 180 for killing 3 ground squirrels, forest fungi. You get the idea. Oh, my voice is going. At any rate, once you've done all, if you're wondering where they're at, it also tells you where they're at by hovering over them. But once you've done all these, you will unlock the level 2 rank of the hunter log, and that'll, you got to be level 10 for, but believe me, you'll be level 10. Then you should be level 10 easy. But if you guys didn't notice what I was talking about before with the... I'll just show you. So if we go here and we look at this, you see we get a better spear, and then we have the option of all these. Oh, there's our headpiece. I guess we could do that. Don't really want to though. I kind of want to get this because I like the way this looks. I like the way that looks. That's a nice piece of armor. This is just an eye patch. Purple gloves. Purple boots. Man, those are some big boots. Alright. Anyways, back to what we're doing. So, that is the hunting log. And once you've gotten enough of the kills for whatever it is, it will stop appearing above their name. Above that type of enemy. See, there's a squirrel there, no symbol because I finished them. There's ladybugs, I finished those, so there is that. Alright, so on that note, we're going to go over one more thing that is vitally crucial for the young adventurer, the new player, and that is bonus experience, which we all want, right? Everybody wants bonus experience. Alright, so in Gridania, you notice on the bottom right where my, not the bottom middle next to my experience bar, the right of my experience bar, there is the moon symbol, right? That moon symbol means that you're in a safe area, and in that area, you will gain rested experience. So over time, you will get a bar on your experience that'll be a light brown, yellow, I don't know what color you want to call it. And that amount of experience is a bonus experience while you're going through that section of experience. It can go into other bars. I don't know how far it can go. I mean, other levels. So like level 6, if I sat here for a while, it would go into level 7 and level 8. I don't know how far that goes, if it goes indefinite or not. I don't think it does, but yeah, I think it's the amount of experience also. So once you start switching classes and you start using up that experience bar in those classes, then it'll eat away at the amount of experience that you have rested. So if you had 10,000 of it and I used 5,000 on the Lancer, and then I switched over to Archer and I used another 4,000, there'd only be 1,000 more experience left for whatever other job class that I was doing. I hope that makes sense. So it's always important to log out in a area that has that crescent moon so you get that rested experience. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and call this episode done. That's her joy. That is not very... Man, she does not have good emotes. I guess we're going to go with congratulate is the one we end the episodes with. So that'll work. Alright, so until next video, take care. Bye-bye now. Static Buzz out. Hope I didn't forget anything. There's so much to this game that I probably forgot something. Timers. I don't have any timers because I'm too new. Cheese moves, actions, traits, stance. Stance is just cosmetic, yeah. I'll get to the other stuff as we go.